Good evening. Welcome to another live feed on Rashad Mitchell's YouTube channel. I'm your host, Rashad Mitchell. This is my YouTube channel. This live feed is going to be about something different kind of content. It's about the question as you check, if once you check in, you'll see what I'm talking about. Was the Miami Hurricanes secondary from 1985 to 1987 the greatest ever? That's a question that I presented with this live feed. And first and foremost, I'm going to get into like other secondaries that was doing their thing at the time before I get into why the Hurricanes were the greatest secondary from 1985 to 1987. They had a nickname called Benny and the Jets, Benny Blaze. They had guys like Tober Bain, Selwyn Brown, Daryl Fullington, Donald Ellis, guys like that. They were known as Benny and the Jets. They had swagger and confidence about them. If you know about the Hurricanes, how great they were in the 80s, that's what they were synonymous with: swagger, trash talking, hard hitting. And I'm gonna break that down why they may have been the greatest ever during that 3 year period. But when you look at other great secondaries in the history of college football, you can say the 1997 Michigan Wolverines secondary was the greatest, led by Heisman Trophy winner Charles Woodson. Or you can look at make case he was the greatest cornerback in college football history. Look at the 2001 Hurricanes. They had a great elite NFL talent heavy defensive backfield led by Ed Reed, Mike Runt, Marquise Fitzgerald, James Scott. I believe that was on that defensive secondary. Philip Buchanan. Now, that team was loaded with a lot of talented defensive backs in that backfield, and you can make a case that was the greatest secondary of all time. But Ed Reed was the guy that led the charge, and how great that secondary was at that time. There was a great secondary. So you could say that was the great secondary of all time. Other secondaries you could look at: the 2011 LSU Tigers, led by Tyrann Honey Badger Matthew, Morris Claiborne. They was known as a no-fly zone unit. They were dominant. 2013, Michigan State Wolverines. Excuse me, Michigan State Spartans. They was known as the no-fly zone. They featured first-round cornerbacks. They played a stifling press quarters defense. Let's look at the players that was on that defense as far as that secondary was concerned. They were 13-1 that year. They were led by Darquise Denard, the cornerback. They only allowed like the third fewest passing yards. Man, they did not allow that much in the passing game. Ranked first in pass efficiency defense. Also, he won Jim Thorpe Award. Dominant defense. You know, they were number one in total defense, number one in pass efficiency defense, number three in pass yards allowed in 2013. Their style of play was famous for intense press quarters, coverage that stifled opposing wide receivers. They also had defensive backs like Trey Waynes, Isaiah Lewis, Curtis Drummond. So that defense may have been the greatest secondary of all time. So a lot of great secondaries that stands out. You talk about that team. James Lewis, excuse me, not James Scott. James Lewis on that Hurricane secondary. That was pretty good second. That was a great secondary. Marquise Fitzgerald. Yeah, James Scott was on that team. Yeah, he was a junior. I don't think he started though. Mike Rump. Obviously you had Ed Reed. He was a free safety in that secondary. But Mike Rump definitely started on that team. Philip Buchanan, Reese Sykes, guys like that. No, they was a deep. They was loaded in what they did. So that was a great secondary across the board. All right, thanks for tuning in. Hit the like button if you like this content that I'm talking about. I'm talking about the college football secondaries. This is about the Hurricanes. Was they the greatest secondary from 1985 to 1987? Was they the greatest secondary of all time? I just went over some secondaries If you tune in, 22 people tune in, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. If you like what I'm talking about whether I have went over some other secondaries, 2013 Michigan State secondary, the Michigan Wolverine secondary from 1997 to 2013 Michigan State secondary, stuff like that. That's what I was going over as far as the great secondaries. So as I continue on, 10 people tune in again. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Help yourself. There was another team I saw going to the research, the 1992 Arizona Wildcats secondary. They was known as Desert Swarm. 19 people tuning in. Again, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Yeah, here it is. They were known as Desert Swarm defense. Under head coach Dick Tomey, they only allowed 9.8 points per game. Their secondary had Tom Bowie, the safety, he was all-conference safety, who was a cornerback of the secondary and also played baseball for the university. Brandon Sanders was a cornerback safety known for patrolling the secondary. He finished his college career with 199 tackles and 9 interceptions. Keyshawn Johnson had he was a cornerback. He was a key star in the secondary. Contributed to that upset over University of Washington at the time. Thanks for hitting the like button. Subscribe to the channel if you like the content right now. He was on that team that won that game 16-3 over #1 Washington. Then Mike Scorlock, he provided depth and experience play in the defensive backfield. So that impact of that secondary was really, really good. Now, guys that stood out above all was Teddy Bruschi, who had success obviously with the Patriots winning Super Bowls, and Rob Wardrop. They're really, really good. Good team, great defense. There's a swarm defense. But fast forward to why I did this video is to focus on the Hurricanes, 1987, 1985, 1986. Why they were the greatest defensive secondary ever. They had a lot of great guys on this team. You know what I'm saying? They was known as Benny and the Jets, had a nickname. This could be the greatest ever because they defined modern swagger. They had elite physicality. They had unparalleled talent that produced a 33-3 record in the national championship. Now, the 1985 Hurricanes should have won the national championship. They beat Notre Dame. They lost one game that year, and that was to Florida. That first game at home against Florida. Miami would go on to have a 58-game winning streak. And they didn't lose a game the rest of the way, but they lost to Tennessee in the Sugar Bowl, got blown out. So in '86, they played for the national championship, went undefeated, great team, made the great team never to win the national championship, lost to Penn State. In '87, they finally won the national championship, beat Oklahoma. But that Hurricane team should have won 3 straight national championships. But they were led by Jim Thorpe Award winner Benny Blades, All-American safety, man. This defense unit transformed defensive play with intimidating, aggressive coverage, setting the standard of collegiate secondaries for years to come. They were known as being in the Jets. They were characterized by intimidating play, consistent high-intensity performance. They're very elite in their talent. There was a backbone of a team that had, part of a defense that was great. Had great pass rushers like, what's his name? Got the guy's name. He was a pass rusher. Got the guy's name. Daniel Stubbs. He was a pass rusher. They had great guys that can rush the passer. But that secondary held their own. I'm saying because that's because they didn't have a pass rush all the time. They always had guys in the backfield that can cover. And they had swagger, trash talking, confident culture. That's what the unit stood for. The secondary was known for hard hits and physically overwhelming receivers. They had the nastiness that Jimmy Johnson was the head coach represented. And they showcased their ability to shut down high-powered offenses. Like when they went up against Notre Dame in '87, that's the year Tim Brown won the Heisman, but he didn't have a great game against them. because that secondary was so good. You know what I'm saying? That secondary was great. They wanted him to win the Heisman on him, even though he was going to win the Heisman anyway. But he didn't win it on them. So that's what it comes down to, as far as that is concerned. I'm gonna look at the stats that I think Tim Brown only caught like 3 passes, something like that. He didn't have a big game in that game, but this team, these guys that you see in the thumbnail, these guys right here, Tolbert Bain, Donald Ellis, Darrell Fullerton, Selwyn Brown, Benny Blades, who they holding up. Benny and the Jets, man. These guys may have been the greatest ever because of what they did. They're definitely influential on the sport, love it or hate it. And also being the Jets, that nickname came from an Elton John song. People probably don't know that if you're listening. Elton John made a song called Being the Jets. And they nicknamed that nickname. I don't know where it came from, but somebody gave him that nickname, and that's a good look, Benny and the Jets, because Benny Blades. That was his name, first name. And then you got the Jets. Everybody else, Tolbert Bain, Donald Ellis, Darrell Fullerton, Selwyn Brown. So that's what I want to talk about. Very short video, not a long video. Let me look into that Notre Dame Miami game 87. Tim Brown, what did he do in that game? I don't think he had a great game, obviously. The Tim Brown's performance. Let's look at it right now. Okay, in that game, this is against Heisman Trophy winner Tim Brown. This shows you how great this secondary was. Brown only had 37 yards receiving. They lost 24-0. That secondary was trash talking, led by Benny Blades. Again, Benny the Jets. 3 catches for 37 yards, 1 rush for 2 yards. Limited impact on returns. And then Benny Blades was taunting him all game. Says that the Hurricanes targeted Brown physically with safety Benny Blades taunting him regarding comments Brown made Chicago papers. Because he didn't play well against them. He didn't have a big game against them. So that's what it comes down to as far as that's concerned. So that's all I want to say about this. Just a different, unique content. Just talk about college football. No, college football season is not here yet, far from now. But I want to get into that. I just had on my mind Benny and the Jets. The secondary, that secondary from 85 to 87, those guys that's on the thumbnail, as you can see, whenever you tune in, those are guys that dominated the college game, and they were great defensive secondary. And there are a lot of great secondaries, but none might not have been better than those guys. Benny and the Jets. Benny Blades, Tolbert Bain, Darrell Fullerton, Donald Ellis, Selwyn Brown. Benny Blades, Tolbert Bain, Donald Ellis, Darrell Fullerton, Selwyn Brown. These are the guys that were nicknamed Benny and the Jets for a reason, because they're trash talking, their swagger, their physicality, their intimidating play. Yeah, look what they did against Tim Brown, the guy that won the Heisman. Didn't do anything in the game. 37 yards receiving. So that's what it is. This game was played on November 28th, 1987. So I want to do a quick video. That's basically it. Subscribe to the channel if you like the content. Subscribe. Best yet to come. This is my final live feed for the night. I'm going to be busy tomorrow. It's going to be a very busy day. Tune in. Check out the live streams. I got a lot of live streams I'm going to be doing. Continue to talk about 1976 NBA Finals 50th anniversary, which will be next month. I may finish the book tomorrow. Either tomorrow, definitely on Thursday. Then I'm going to get into the Bible study. And then after that, I got a couple of more content live streams. October baseball, 1986 postseason. Was that the greatest ever? I'm going to go over the 1986 baseball season. Go over that, how great that season was, especially the postseason. And then, last but not least, I'll be playing an interview that I did a few years back about Miami and Georgetown, why they were common enemies, a book that Thomas J. Scholar wrote. So that's coming up real soon. So appreciate the support. I'll be back. I know if I think his name Thomas J. Scholar. I know it's Thomas Scholar. I know Thomas F. Scholar, Thomas J. Scholar. But he will be on tomorrow as I recap, that interview, because I did an interview with him about that book a few years back. So that's gonna be my the lineup. I got a lot of scheduled live streams coming this week, and including going to next week, man. It's gonna be outstanding. Stay tuned. It's gonna be excellent content that you're gonna enjoy from yours truly, Rashad Mitchell. Subscribe to the channel, like everything that you see. The best yet to come. So that's it for today. Keep supporting the content. I see a lot of subscribers came into play today. Had like 4 subscribers subscribe today, because went to 391 to what 395. So continue to subscribe to the channel. I do some short videos, so I increase the subscription. But I'm going to do all I can to make this a great channel, as far as what I do, things I talk about in my own mind, own original mindset, concepts, a creative concept, what I want to do on this channel. So I see it's growing little by little, not by leaps and bounds, but gradually it's growing. I see it. So I just got to keep doing what I'm doing, keep supporting. Like I said, the best yet to come for this channel. So I just want to do a short video about Benny and the Jets, why the Miami Hurricanes secondary from 1985, 1987 was the greatest ever, possibly the greatest ever. So the best yet to come. Keep supporting the channel, man. I'll be back tomorrow and Thursday and Friday. Not gonna do any live feeds, I don't think, on Saturdays and Sundays. Not right now. But I got a lot of stuff that I'm gonna be doing with this thumbnail. As you can see, that's gonna make this channel what it is. So keep supporting the content. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. If you missed what I said, you can go back and replay it and listen to it. Click on it and listen to what I talked about. The secondary you see in the thumbnail about the guys that were in that secondary during that time. And do what you gotta do just to support, man. That's all I gotta say about that. And that's what it's all about. Continue to support the channel. The best yet to come. The channel's gonna grow and grow and become a great channel. I would like to see this channel be one of the elite channels on YouTube. It's a lot of YouTube channels, a lot of YouTubers, a lot of them. But this channel's not gonna be controversial. I'm not gonna just do anything for clickbait. I just want to do great content to educate you about certain things historically, biblically. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's all about. It's not about, doing things for shock value. It's all about great content from a historical standpoint, wherever it is, whatever genre of history. I'm going to do all I can to just make it happen. That's what it's all about. Simple. It's not about doing anything to expose anybody. I'm not going to be talking about current events that much. Most everything I may change my mind. I mean, if everything gets better with the channel, I may get into like the sports landscape of things and turn it into something like a podcast type of thing. It's possible. It's possible, but not right now. I don't think I'm there yet. So like start a podcast or something like that on my channel. But I'm not ready for that. I just want to give more subscribers to like the content, give you great history about certain things I want to be talking about. I got a lot of ideas in my head to brainstorm and give you what you need to be educated and learn something. Food for thought with books from the Bible, scripture from the Bible, books that are not biblically based. Thanks for the third like. Thank you. Appreciate it. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. If you like it, that's 3 likes right there. Appreciate that. Like I said, the best yet to come with this channel. So it's coming. I'll be doing a lot of book reading, wherever it is, physically or e-books, wherever it is. Any kind of type of content that I have on my mind that I want to do that's creative, like I did with this Benny and the Jets. The secondary, the Miami Hurricanes secondary from 85 to 87 was they the greatest ever. And that's something that's creative, something that's unique, something that's not, based on a book, just something that came from my mind. So I got a lot of ideas that's going to make this channel an exceptional channel, an excellent channel. So that's it. My time is up. My name is Rashad Mitchell. Thanks for all that have tuned in. Thanks for the 3 people that liked the button. Appreciate it. Obviously, like the content. Keep supporting. Share it with somebody. Tell a friend. Tell whoever, a family, whoever it is that you know about Rashad Mitchell and the content that I have on this channel. So until then, talk to you tomorrow. Be back in the morning for another live feed from the 1976 NBA Finals between the Phoenix Suns and the Boston Celtics. That book I've been reading for a while. May finish that book tomorrow because I'm most close to finishing that book. So stay tuned for that. Until then, have a good night.